Welcome to Bayou Time. I'm Jacob DeGate. I'm now joined via Zoom by Corporal Richard Bean, who is with the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. Thank you very much for joining us, Corporal.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
All right. This morning I was looking and something caught my attention. A surprise. I didn't realize it had already gone into effect. The new trout limits for speckled trout. Can you tell us what they are and what was all that went into it?
Yes, sir. So starting November the 20th of this year, the new speckled trout limits went into effect. And what that consists of is a drop in a daily bag creel limit for that species of fish. It went from 25 down to 15. And the slot limit that you're able to keep is the 13-inch to 20-inch range. And you are allowed to keep 2 fish over 20 inches within that daily bag limit, but no more than 2 fish. You can't keep 3 fish. And all that is compiled with studies from our biologists who do a wonderful job studying these fish and making sure that they can strive for future generations. And also entailed in that new rule change is the charter fishermen and their deckhands. They can no longer keep their bag limit or creel limit for that fish with their clients or the people they're fishing with. They can engage in fishing activities, but they cannot keep their limit when it comes to their 15 speckled trout.
See, imagine, I don't know, some may be happy about that for some charter fishermen. That's less fish for them to clean, I guess, at the end of the day.
Right. And look, it's all about, we have to trust the studies that our biologists use countless numbers of hours doing. I can trust their studies that they perform like no other. I mean, this is what we need to start investing in and investing in the future. And they determined that these fish, they needed room to breathe a little bit when it comes to how many fish that were being kept. And they proposed this documentation to the commission, and the commission went ahead with it and changed the rules, which I think is good. And they'll assess it. I think in the year 2028 is when they'll reassess the stock limit in southern Louisiana, and hopefully we can bring things back to normal. But for right now, this could be necessary for preventing these fish from going further into a dire need that they are. Conservation is all about to help for future generations to enjoy the same way we did whenever we grew up.
All right, let me ask you about the 2 over the slot limit. Is that a per person limit? So if you're in a boat, multiple people can have 2 over the 20?
That's per person. All right, so your 15 fish limit, you're allowed 2 over 20 inches per person.
I see.
So if you have 3 people on the boat, each person has their 15 fish. You're allowed 6 over the limit, 2 for each person that's on board that vessel.
All right. Now, imagine the biggest thing out there that people are going to have to get used to is throwing those 12-inch trout back, 12.5-inch trout back. It's going to be hard to do it, but it is the law. So, that's what's necessary.
On our website, wlf.louisiana.gov, if you go under fishing regulations, our department actually put together a YouTube video with safe practices, how to catch and release speckled trout that are undersized or just trout in general. They give you some great tips on stuff to remember whenever you're handling speckled trout. Believe it or not, they know what they're doing, and they put some stuff together in a video so we can help make this possible, what they're trying to accomplish, which is bring back the population level.
Right, and so that is in effect, and it'll stay in effect for few years until, like you said, I think it's reassessed in 4 years or so, and then we'll have to go from there. But we have about 2 minutes left. Another thing I wanted to talk about, I know it's changed. They may have had it in effect for last year or not. I was seeing it for this year. It was regarding deer tags and, being able to fill them out, online rather than have paper copies. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, so our department is integrated into a very digital mindset when it comes to checking in on a WMA, when it comes to having all your licenses on LA Wallet. It makes it easier for us, for agents, checking different hunters and fishermen. But it just makes everything right there, so you know where it is. Everybody carries a phone on them all, these days, a smartphone for the most part. It just makes it more convenient and it makes sense. Now, when it comes to the deer, the new e-tag system, you can check in your deer, you can tag it right there on the spot. There's no more calling in within 7 days to validate the deer. You can check it in, you can tag it, validate it all in one stop, and that information gets sent to our Baton Rouge headquarters and lets us know that you harvested a deer, whether it be an antler deer or an antlerless deer, and everything's taken care of from there.
Well, it certainly makes it a little bit easier in case you may have forgot your wallet in the car or something, but you don't usually forget your phone, especially now that they got GPS and everything on there. So that certainly will help. Well, thank you for coming in or joining us via Zoom today and giving everybody an update on those new regulations.
I thank you for having us. It's always a pleasure, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Same to you. All right.
All right.
Stay tuned for more right here on HTV.